Hi! Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've watched one of my two videos before. My name is Asa. I am a maker of many things, knitter, crocheter, sewist, the list goes on, but fiber and textile person. An overall good time gal. So welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I made a video because I've just been working on stuff, and I never intended this to be like I'm gonna make a video every week and whatnot. I have, a regular day job and other things in life and whatnot. So yeah, this hasn't been like my top priority, but when I've had the time and when I've had enough finished items, I thought I'd come and share. So yeah, so first I'm gonna start with updates on my summer projects. If you watched any of my last videos, you'll know that I kind of set a plan for what I was gonna make for summer, for sewing, knitting, crochet, etc., for just my wardrobe. I'm wearing one of them right now. I showed it in the last video of just hanging up. This is the It's a Beautiful Day tee top by, I think it's Mama DIY, or I think she goes by Cecilo. But yeah, I'll drop the link below. Super easy, really like the pattern. I use the tie-dye Noble Cotton Cascade yarns in the colorway Peacock for this. I really like it. It's fun. I live in the desert, so having something breathable and light that I could throw on top of something is really nice. I'm just wearing a bralette. It's thick enough, dense enough that you don't really see, underneath. So aside from just this area, so I'm happy with it. I like it a lot. I've worn it a few times so far, which is good because that's the hallmark. If it was successful, right? You're actually wear it, not just making it for the sake of making stuff. So that one's done. I also finished and I'll throw in some clips of, me actually wearing it, what it looks like. But I made the Louisa skirt. So it looks like this. Instead of alternating the color every row, I did every 2 rows to have a thicker stripe. I was inspired by that famous walkway in Brazil on Copacabana Beach of the big waves. And so I call it my Carioca skirt because that's what it makes me think of. And I feel very beachy and kind of more tropical with this, even though blue isn't really, especially a navy blue like this, isn't really a color I would normally go for. Typically I love really warm colors, jewel tones, that kind of thing, but I actually really love this. I think with the cream, it's really nice. I also made it a little differently because I just do that sometimes. I didn't thoroughly read the pattern. So it's supposed to be made from bottom up and then the waistband, but I just did the exact opposite way because I've made a mini skirt before. That's how it was constructed. It was the Enholman skirt, where it was the waistband first and then you go toward the bottom, but same. I think the hem is probably a little bit different because of that. It rolls a little bit, but not the end of the world. And yeah, super cute. I've worn this a few times as well so far. Plan to wear it a lot more over summer. I love the wave pattern. I know that's something I've seen quite a bit in some more popular summer patterns, and I'm here for it. I also used Knitting for Olive Pure Silk for this, my first time knitting with it. Silk in general, but this specific brands of silk. I really liked it. I know I've watched a couple videos beforehand just to see, get some inside reviews. And like I said, I live in a really hot climate, so the material is really important to me because I don't want to be sweating like crazy more than I already will be just by existing outside. Some people said that it was kind of rough, or they felt that it was rough. I did not think so. I actually really like it. It feels really nice and really breathable. So go Team Silk, I'm here for that. I'll probably be using this more in the future. I actually had a whole ball of both colors left over, which I was surprised by because I thought, I thought I calculated correctly, but I might have enough to make the top version. There's a Louisa top that's the same pattern. It's just a tank top. I might make that to have a matching set potentially, but it doesn't look very bra friendly, and I'm all about bra friendly tops if I can, so we'll see. So there's that one. So there were 2 other summer clothing things that I had in mind. One was the Pierre dress and the birthday tee. Again, I'll drop the links for that. So the Pierre dress is by Johanna Calibri, Calibri by Johanna. It's still in progress. It's a lot. I like approach new things and new skills and new challenges. I definitely don't like to take it easy on myself. To each their own. That's just not my preferred approach. I always want to learn something. And because I feel like the more you learn a new skill and you understand like how things are assembled and like it's really like the engineering of something, that kind of gives you, the ability to understand and like kind of create your own things in the future, your own alterations, the techniques and all that stuff. So I really like taking on projects like that. So the Pierre dress I actually have here, still in progress. As I said, it's a little, we got to the bodice portion. I have yet to connect in the back. The pattern's a little complicated, but I expected nothing less. There's a lot of text plus the charts, so just trying to keep track of it all. I've had a couple hiccups here and there, but we're here. You would think that after like months of me working on this, I'd be further along, but like this is where we are. It's really interesting from afar because you're like, again, I feel like the lace pattern is kind of lost just looking at it like this. But I think if you have, like if I wore a slip or something underneath it, it might be a little more visible, or nothing underneath it, who knows? It could be scandalous. It could be like a beach kind of thing. It's not really beachy, is it? But anywho, yeah, I think it's really cool. I think it'll look really cool when it's done. But yeah, it's just, it's not one of those mindless projects you can just kind of like sit in front of the TV and crack on with. So yeah, I have to admit, I've been taking a long time. I've been procrastinating on this for sure. And I'll get to it eventually. I said I wanted to have it done by my birthday because I wanted like a dress that I made by my birthday. I don't know if that's gonna happen. And the best laid plans, but that's okay. That's okay. So it's actually this and the birthday tee by Fran Lopez I started, and I had mentioned in my last video when I was like laying out my plans for, my summer projects. I was like, this is kind of like like that sounds fun kind of thing. So it wasn't something I had like my heart totally set on. And I started and I was like, oh my God, this is so complicated. Like I'm just getting the hang of lace and reading lace charts, still not totally super comfortable with it because I feel like it should almost be universal, but it's not. And yeah, she like the birthday tee, I don't know why I thought that would be like, oh, just try this. And think that it was going to be straightforward. There's a lot of techniques in that pattern for the birthday tee. So if you want to take on something where you're like, I want to learn lace, cables, like we're doing horizontal I cords, like it's like all back to back, then try that pattern. There's a lot. It may be a one-stop shop to learn a bunch of different things in one project. And the result is super cool. And it's like baubles and like, there's just so much happening that I may shelve that one for a while. Cause I got to the neck and then I started doing, laying out the like part of the top, up top here. And I was like, I'm so lost. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, and I frogged it and restarted multiple times. And I still was like, I'm okay. Like, I don't understand this. And it was making it to be not a super fun experience. So yeah, for that one, I may come back to it later. Probably a different yarn. The yarn pattern suggests fingering weight. I was using like a DK, which is fine. You can adjust and whatever. But yeah, I might just come back to that later and repurpose the yarn for another project. But yeah, so that's where we stand on the summer crochet and knit stuff. As far as sewing, on my original list, I had the Citron dress from Seamwork, the Gloria summer top, which was from Subversive Femme, and the Savannah tank top from Seamwork as well, and then the Annabelle dress and like a mini dress. And so far I've made 3 out of those 5. I've done the Citron dress, which is amazing. Really loved it, super easy. Love the built-in bra. That was kind of, as I said, I think I said before, is sort of my plan for this year as far as sewing skills and like wanting to, master one of them. I really wanted to master installing a shelf bra into my clothes because again, it's summertime, it's really hot. It's already getting really hot here in Phoenix. It's like already hitting the hundreds in June. Hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be. I thought someone mentioned to me that it was supposed to be like a more mild summer. That's our mild summer. It was like 105 in June. It's gonna get even hotter in July and August, but pools are nearby and air conditioning is pumping hard. So yeah, but the built-in bra is a lifesaver, right? Because I'm like, I don't want to, not everything's bra friendly. And if I can just sew a bra into something that I'm already making, then like all the better. So the citron dress pattern has a built-in bra included, which is really cool. I also like put in foam cups for that, which is really fun. So I'll show a picture of that, or, you know, clip of that. The fit is amazing. The fabric was really nice to work with. I got it from Stone Mountain and Daughter, which is a small business based out of Berkeley, I believe. Amazing. The selection's really great now that Joanne has gone under, and strangely enough, even though Phoenix is like the 5th largest city in the US, we don't really have any major fabric stores, or even, we have like one small fabric store. And you get, it's just kind of a mixed bag. Like you're just kind of getting what you're getting. So yeah, now we're resorting to shopping online, and you know, who can you trust kind of thing. So yeah, I've been using Mood Fabrics, Stone Mountain and Daughter, and Fabric Godmother based out of UK. Those have been my like solid, I'm finding a lot of really great fabric from those places, and I love it. Even though I don't love the tariff shipping extra fee or whatever from the UK, but just buy one, you know, one big order. But that's been going really well. The Gloria top I just recently finished. Super simple, a little bit of hand sewing, but like nothing crazy. I like the fit. I'm trying to figure out like what else I need to do to work it into my wardrobe, because it's kind of got that more vintage fit, which I like and I think is really flattering on me, but I'm just working into like what other bottoms it could work with, because it's really, I love the fabric. The fabric is like this double gauze with like the foil print, and it's so pretty and really light and nice for summer and just really breathable, and I love that. So yeah, a success, I would say. I also did the Savannah tank from Seamwork, and the fabric I got off of Etsy, it's just like a cotton lawn. So again, super light, breathable, added a shelf bra for that. I also just want to say, I think there's something to be said for like looking at my summer project knits. It was kind of like, well, like I started with this list and I did most of it, but not all of it, or not necessarily by the deadline I wanted before I started other things, etc. And I'm like, I think there's something to be said for being able to pivot and like just, you know, change your mind about something. And like, I don't know, I think I felt the same way about reading for a long time, that I was like on principle completionist, that I'm like, okay, I started the book and I have to finish it. And I feel similarly about, I've changed my ways since then, because I'm like, life is too short for me to read a book that I can't stand. But I feel similarly about knitting and even sewing, crochet, like, you know, projects, things that I'm making, because I'm like, you know, I think the feeling of like, well, I put this much time into it, and like, you know, I spent money on the material, and, you know, I've come this far, I don't want to, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. You're just like, oh, I should be spending more time on this before I start something else. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But at the same time, I'm like, this is supposed to be something we do for fun. I'm not a professional knitter or designer or sewist or any of those things. Like, I do this on my own time, and like, because I want to and I enjoy it. And so I want to keep the focus on like enjoying it, and not like, aha, I have to like make sure this all gets done by this time. Like, I'm on my own timetable, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, instead of like making myself feel guilty, I'm like, I haven't spent more time like on the Pierre dress. It's like, yeah, because I'm just not feeling it right now. You know, I'll get to it. Like, I definitely will get to it. I have all this really beautiful yarn. I think the dress will be amazing. Maybe I'll have to start over again to like change some things, whatever. But I'm like, at least I know what I'm doing a little bit more. And it's fine. It's fine. Like, maybe I won't finish on the timetable I initially intended, but like, whatever. It's just my timetable. It's my self-imposed deadline. So, So yeah, but I would like to do the Annabelle dress. It'd be a lot faster because obviously it's sewing, and I'd like to do that by my birthday because it'd be fun to have like a pretty birthday dress that I made. So we'll see, but at least there'll be one dress. I think there'll be one dress by my birthday time, which would be nice. However, of course, summer's just getting started here, and I wanted to include some other summer projects that were not in my initial roundup, a timeline of things. So one of them is, I made the Amy top last year by Mochi Knits, and it just wasn't for me. maybe it was the yarn choice, maybe it was the style. I thought this could be my like cool casual like sleeveless collar thing. And I made it. I didn't really like the collar. Again, maybe it was a yarn choice. I used Cascade Pandemonium because again, it's hot here. I can't like wool alone, like it just won't get me there. You know what I mean? I won't wear it. So I love Cascade Pandemonium. I think it's amazing. Like bamboo blends, viscose, like cotton blends, linen blend, you know what I mean? All those kinds of things that like have a really soft drape, I'm like obsessed with and I'm here for. So Cascade Pandemonium, it's also budget friendly and I love all the color choices. Like it's really great. So I just decided to frog the Amy top completely and repurpose the yarn for something else, which I made the Jessie made mini mock neck tank without doing the mock neck. I just didn't pick up the neck stitches because I just wanted sort of like an open casual tank, and I did some twisted rib hem at the bottom. Love this top. I love this top. Like the drape is so nice. It's so soft. It feels really nice against the skin because again, I live in a very hot climate that's just not conducive to like anything itchy. So we're here for this. Love this. I wear the hell out of this. It's really nice. I'm a big fan of Jessie Made's patterns. They're super accessible, really like customizable. I just didn't do as deep of an armhole as I normally would, like as the pattern dictated, because I didn't want it to be like, I want to be bra friendly. Again, I have a bust. It's not negligible in size. So like I need to wear a bra, especially in the summer. So, but I don't like showing my bra. That's just me. So yeah, love this. And then I was on a roll with this tank top and I was like, why don't I just make another one? But this one is really fun. This one is inspired by, so I'm a big Sailor Moon fan, and this is where I'm kind of getting into my other projects for the rest of the year. I've been wanting to make clothes inspired by like my favorite anime for so long. And I've been kind of plotting and planning what that would look like. Again, inspired by. I feel like it's one of those subtle fandom nods. Like if you know, you know, and if you don't know, then you're just like, that's a pretty thing. So it's kind of like my ode to shoujo manga and series. So I'm thinking like Sailor Moon, I think it's, well, it's Neighborhood Story. Everything Ayazawa has ever made, like Paradise Kiss, it's Nana, it's Gojinko Monogatari, the Neighborhood Story, all of that. Also Rumiko Takahashi, like we're doing Rama One Half, you know, Urusei Yatsura, like all those series I grew up with and I love so much. So I love those series, like for the like, you know, the illustrations that kind of come like with the manga or just produced later on, like as like promotional material. And you see all this like really cool fashion, and it's a lot of it is focused in the 90s because I'm a 90s kid. And I just love the 90s for like, you know, it's colorful and it's playful with like the shapes and the colors and prints and things, but it's also kind of got this like cozy, cool, like relaxed fit in some way. Like it's a mix, right? You get like the tight stuff, but then you get like this cool, cozy kind of vibe. And I think you can tell the difference between like Ayazawa's style and like, you know, Naoko Takeuchi's style for Sailor Moon. You look at like the designs for Sailor Moon in their like casual clothes, and I just love it. I think it's so fun. And I'm like, I didn't want to do it like necessarily exact reproductions, kind of, but definitely inspired by and like, you know, incorporated into my own style. So one of the things that I made was another, it's the mini mock neck tank, but DK from Jessie Made. And if you watch Sailor Moon Crystal in the opening credits, there's like a quick little clip of like the whole gang, and Usagi's wearing this black and white striped, like higher neck, like kind of not quite a turtleneck, higher neck, sleeveless tank top. And so I made that, super simple. Again, you would normally just think like in passing, you would say, oh, it's just like a black and white striped top. So cute, love it. I also use Cascade Pandemonium for this. So it's really nice and breezy. I've worn it out multiple times. I love, something that was a little tricky were the stripes, because the pattern doesn't call for stripes. It's just like a solid. So there's some interesting design choices. Like on the front, it's like the stripes make sense. On the back, because there's like neck shaping on the back, we have like this bigger block of black, which honestly I don't mind because the neck ribbing starts here. So I think it looks fine on the front. in the back, whatever. There's also bust shaping, which was really difficult to do with the stripe, and it kind of resulted in this sort of wonky bit here. Whatever. I'm not a perfectionist, and lucky for me, it kind of sits right under my bust, so it's not super noticeable because I got bigger girls, and like it kind of just sort of visually tucks under a little. So I'm not mad at that. I really like this top. I like how it came out. This is all just my personal preference, so really love this and super cute. So love that. And then some more updates that are recent, more on the knitting and crochet train. I'm in the second half of the year. It is now June. It's World Cup season. I've got a lot of time sitting in front of the TV. This is a World Cup household, so we are big locked into the games. This is actually being filmed right between the Germany and Curaçao game that just finished, and then we're about to watch the Japan and Netherlands game, which I'm really excited for. But anyway, plans for upcoming things, my next projects. Summer here lasts forever. So I've got some things on the needles right now that are just more like summer focused before I get into the rest of the year. I actually just finished this summer crochet top. It's super cute. It's just like this, it's just a split thing, but you just kind of wear it over. Really nice. This is Cascade Socks in Cherry. Love the red, looks great on me. It's super casual, just like throw it over something. It's pool season. I'm just, you know, loving this. So I finished that, and then I've just got some new yarn, which I don't need new yarn, but I will say I'm not an impulsive shopper. I try not to be. I really do. Like, I try to be aware of my consumption. I'm not about like more necessarily. Like, everything needs to have a purpose. Even having a stash kind of stresses me out because I'm like, okay, this needs to have something needs to happen with this. I don't need it to just be there for a rainy day. And plus I don't buy like that. Like, oh, let me buy like a sweater amount of yarn, and I'm not great with like, oh, I've got this scrap of this and I'll add it to that. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So I'll either just give it away or what, you know, yarn swap or whatever. So I'm typically not an impulsive buyer. I like to have focus. To keep hoarding to a minimum or non-existent ideally. And again, it's functional. There's a purpose for everything. So I was in Northern Arizona last weekend, and I went to, as a side quest, to the Flagstaff Wool and Fiber Festival. I ran into a friend of mine. She's a local yarn dyer. She's Super Glow Fiber. She's amazing. All of her stuff is amazing. I love the bright colors, so much fun. But she just released some yarn on some really like summer and like heat friendly bases, which of course I was like, I gotta go touch it, you know, and see first. So she just came out with like a silk wool fingering weight blend. Oh my God, it's so soft. And I love the colors, are really fun. It's like the Super Smoothie is the collection. So they're all really like fruit inspired. And so I got the color Mango, which is this. And I was like, this is so fun. It's like this really nice tonal. So it's like, it's not like, maybe at first it looks like a little Nickelodeon. It's not. When it's actually knit up, there's like some subtle lighter oranges, like almost like a yellow, and it's really soft and really smooth. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, it's it. So I decided to make my first Florence Miller pattern, because I was like, well, I got 2 skeins of this. It's enough to make like a tank top, some top of some sort. And so I'm making the mixed rib cami by Florence Miller, so you can kind of see what it looks like up close. So like you can see the like, you know, color variations there. So it's not Nickelodeon mac and cheese, you know what I mean? But I love it. I actually am really inspired by Corbin Dallas from Fifth Element, because he kind of wears a similar tank top. It looks really small, but it's got a lot of stretch. So I'm excited for that because I like a nice fit for my tank top sometimes, especially if I can wear a bra underneath it. So really excited for this. This is just the back piece. I'm just doing the armhole increases on this one. Really fun, really liking the pattern, super straightforward. We love a straightforward pattern. So yeah, really excited to finish this and wear this soon, hopefully. And then I did do a smidge of impulse buying. It's like maybe once a year, right? Because it's the sort of limited, the scarcity sort of thing, right? So I stopped by a booth of a brand called DG Crazed Creations. They're based out of Texas, so they traveled quite a ways to come to Flagstaff Wool and Fiber. But I saw this yarn, and this was truly an impulse buy. It really was. Like, I can't justify it any other way. Because I'm not really a pastel person. I'm really, like, it's just not what I would reach for. And that's the thing. It's like, I think it's a very valuable life lesson to learn the difference between what you love and appreciate looking at versus what you actually will wear. Because I think that's where a lot of us, myself, and I'm talking about myself included, kind of like miss the mark, because I'll see something like, that's so cute. And then I'm like, great. And I get it. And then I'm like, I'm never gonna wear this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not my style. It's just not my color. It's just not really for me. And that sucks, right? Because you're like, oh, I spent money on this, and like, or I spent money and time making it, and like, it's just sitting here, and man, right? Like, so for that reason too, I really try not to impulse buy. But I saw this yarn. And because I'm thinking about, you know, my later in the year winter projects, and as I mentioned before, I am going to be going to the East Coast later in the year and around Christmas time, so it will be cold and I'll actually be able to wear warm stuff. But I get it out of it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. So I got this. It is so cute. It is a baby Surrey alpaca and silk lace weight yarn. I got 2 of them. And I don't know if you could see it really, but if you look closely, there's little flecks of like iridescent little shimmer in there. It doesn't say if it's stellina. It doesn't say exactly what that material is. I don't really care. I will obviously be holding this double with something else. I'm thinking of maybe making the Daydreamer cardigan, because I've been having my eye on that for a while and it just looks so cozy. And I was like, even though I'm not a pastel person, I'm going with my whole like anime inspired little projects. So like, these could be anime inspired. I'm just saying, it's a little Sailor Moon. That's what I thought immediately when I saw it. It's a little chibi moon. You know what I'm saying? Are you seeing it? Because I'm seeing it. So yeah, loving this. And I got 2 of them and I'm like, oh, this could be so cute and it's so soft. And I was like, once it's gone forever. You know what I mean? So I'm here for this. So I got that. And then I stopped at Lavender Fiber & Co.'s booth, which I'd never heard of before, but they're also actually local to Phoenix. And love their colors. Again, not typically a pastel person, but I finally cracked the code on making socks. And I thought this could actually be a really cute sock combo. So I got this fingering weight yarn here. The colorway I think is like oh my God, Santa Monica Sunset, I think it's called. It's on the label, but the label's in that cake and I'm not taking it out. And then there's also this is the Soul Baby and Heirloom Diamond. So again, not sure if it's visible in the camera, but there's a little bit of sparkle in there as well. It doesn't say if what's in there. Oh yeah, silver stellina and a superwash merino and a little bit of nylon. So I'm thinking of making some socks with this. I was like, could I make a top out of this? It's intended for socks. I bought it for socks. Socks is what it will be. So yeah, super soft, really love this. This is also merino. And yeah, I think this will just be a really cute sock combo. And that's got me really excited. So those are kind of my like impulse buys, like let's just have fun, you know, kind of projects. And I'm really enjoying it. And so I'm like, you know what, no harm, no foul. It wasn't what I intended and it's kind of on the fly, but like, again, whose timeline am I on? But speaking of timelines, we are in the second half of the year. We're about to kick off the second half of the year, in which case I do have some second half of the year plans, which are like my, you know, a lot of gift knits. That's kind of my focus right now after I finish these sort of smaller things. And I have 2 projects lined up for me as far as second half of the year stuff. One of them being I think it's the Mono Simply Slouchy Sweater by Mono Knits. And I got this yarn. So this is gonna be my Ray Hino Sailor Mars inspired sweater. She wears a lot of orange. I'll get into detail in another video about this whole little slew of projects, but just know I got this. It's exciting. It's just like a big slouchy sweater. I'll drop the link. And I'm really excited for that because I'm like, yeah, just a big casual sweater is really nice, something I can throw over whatever, you know what I mean, like some jeans, blah blah blah. I think it'll be really nice. I'm excited for the fit, something that's not tight like all my summer stuff. But something cozy. I don't have a lot of super cozy knits really so far, so I'm really excited for this. This is the Juniper Moon Farm Yarns Patagonia yarn. I think it's Persimmon is the color. It's very orange. I like that. I think it's fun. It's a good color on me and I'm here for that. I don't have a lot of just solid projects, you know, like solid color. So I'm excited to just have something that's a little on the simpler side, like no variegated tonal changes, whatnot. I am considering maybe holding this double with some mohair, just because I like mohair. I like the softness of it, but I don't know. I might do a test swatch of this first just to see how it feels like after it's been blocked and like, you know, because it's not rough, but it's just, I think it's just 2-ply. So it's almost got this ropey like texture to it, which is new to me. I thought I'd just give it a chance and it had good reviews and I was like, okay, let's try it. So we'll see how it feels from the swatch, but I might, just to make it feel a little softer, I might hold it with some mohair. So we'll see how that goes. And then what else do I have? Oh, I am using the Maryland turtleneck pattern from Fable Knitwear for a top that is inspired by Mikako from Neighborhood Story. I've just barely cast it on. These are the colors. I will explain all of this later. This is the neck hole. I used the German cast on. It's like supposed to be a little more elastic to like fit over my head. And it's a nice stretch there, so I'm excited for that. I've learned something new. But yeah, I've just barely cast this on. It will all make sense in the future, but this is just a little sneak peek of hopefully what that is gonna be looking like. And hopefully not too long a time. This is the Pasquale Cumbria yarn. It's bamboo and something else. I can't recall off the top of my head, but it's so soft and it's so smooth. It reminds me of the Cascade Pandemonium and I really like that yarn. So I'm like, good, breathable, easy breezy, it's light, it's airy, it's hot. So I am here for this. It's kind of giving like the Brazilian color right now, Brazilian flag, but we'll get there. And yeah, I've got a slew of gift knits, which I don't want to get into too much detail on in case someone who the gift is for is watching this video. But I'm gonna be making the porcelain sweater by, oh my God, it's Lynette, I think is I made it before, I just didn't memorize her name, but you know what I'm talking about. The people, you know the porcelain sweater. We're doing the porcelain sweater. We're doing, the list is very long. It's, let's see, porcelain sweater. I'm making a shawl, a lace shawl, which is new. Again, I have the best intentions with these projects and I like to challenge myself. The lace shawl is like, I have frogged at least 5 times now. Thankfully, I haven't gotten too far into it. It's I think it's Hidoki shawl pattern, or Hidori, I think it's Hidori. And I just, again, some of these patterns I think assume people understand how things are supposed to go and how repeats are working and how many repeats you're supposed to be doing. I'm not one of those people, so I'm learning as I go and frogging as I go, and I'm trying to make the math, and I'm having a bit of a time with that pattern, and I'm not sure if it's worth like troubleshooting somehow on the forums or Ravelry or something, or just trying to find a different pattern. But yeah, we'll see. It's supposed to be for a wedding shawl, so hence the lace weight, and it's the Malabrigo. It's a Malabrigo yarn. It's super soft. I really like it. I think it'll be really pretty if I can crack the code. But I figure if I can do the vintage pattern, I can do the stem lace pattern. So wish me luck. I'm working on the Montmartre sweater from Fable Knitwear for my best friend. She is, you know, had the intention of learning how to knit. It didn't really like click for her, which is totally fine, but she has this really beautiful yarn she wanted to use, and I was like, this yarn can't go to waste. So I'm making it for her for Christmas. So that's not really a surprise. That's why I'm saying it. I'm making the Northland sweater by Petite Knit. It should be pretty easy. Another cardigan, another scarf, and so on and so on. So yeah, we got, the queue is full. The queue is full. But hopefully I'll give some updates in not 3-4 months from now, about where I land with all these things. So yeah, so thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching. I'm super new to like the YouTube thing. I'm still deciding, like, do I look at the screen when I'm recording this or do I look at the camera when I'm doing it? I don't know. I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually. It feels more natural to look this way, but maybe it's better to look this way. So we'll see. But yeah, as I make more things, I will post updates. I also started an Instagram account called @nuyulu.textiles. So you can find me there. I'm gonna try to do more content things. Again, I am just a regular person. I don't necessarily have aspirations to be like a content creator exactly. Like, it's just not my first thought to be like, oh, let me like record this, or oh, let me like film this. So please have some patience with me as I figure all this out. It's just me blabbing. It's me yapping. I'm a yapper. And I like to just talk about the stuff I'm making. So yeah, I appreciate feedback, and, you know, just be nice. And it'd be cool to connect with anyone who's watching. And if you have comments or questions and whatnot, yeah, let me know. But thank you so much, and thanks for watching, and I will be back soon, sooner than this time, than last time. All right, well, have a great day and enjoy the rest of the World Cup.